Hello everybody to the 7th lesson of JavaScript for Active Design course. In this lesson, we will know two things, variables and operators. Let's go and see what we have. First of all, we have variables. To define the variable, you have many rules. Okay. First of all, I will tell you now and we will practice them now. First of all, your variable should not start with number or any symbol. It should start with letter. First, your variable should not contain or should not be a reserved word. Third, your variable should not be containing of any symbols like the hash, the $sign, or so on, or question mark. Also, your variable also could contain numbers, okay, in the next letter or the third letter, but it will not start with that. Also, your variables is not gonna be a space between the letters. For example, if you have a variable with two words, it will not be separated. Space. It could be underscore, okay, but not space. Great. So let's go and see what we have here. So to create a variable, you should start with var, okay, and then the name of your variable. For example, I will say count. Okay, great. Count, counter, it's easy. But you should know. So now it's this variable is legal, okay, it's accepted. But you should focus on something. If I started the variable with 1 like that, it will not be great. It shows error, okay? So it shouldn't start with any number. Okay. The next, your variable also should not start with any symbol. Okay, so it should start with the letter. Okay, we have started with letter. Then your variable should not contain any symbol like hash, like the $sign, like the percentage. It should not contain any symbol except the underscore. Also, let's say counter 1. Okay, and it should not contain spaces. If you for example have two different words and you need to combine them, you could write underscore, or you could write leave it capital. So the first word is capital and the second word is capital, capitalize them. Okay, you could add the number when you have it at the end, but you should start with letter, then you add as number as you want. For example, if I say here C1, okay, and C2 and so on, so it's legal to write like that. But to start with a number, it's not allowed, it's forbidden in JavaScript. Great. The next point is when you assign the value for the variable could be assigned the default variable. For example, C2 I will assign for 22, okay, which is default. So if I write here, if I print here, for example, C2, it will print 22. Why? Because we have assigned by default 22. Great, it's here 22. Great. Let's go to code. Also, you could assign the variable, you could calculate the variable to another variable. Let's say C1 equal C2 plus 10 semicolon. You should write the semicolon. If you haven't written the semicolon, this error will be, it will not work. This JavaScript will not work. Refresh, it's here 22. Great. Why? Yes, 22, because you haven't printed the other, I'm sorry, C1, the other variable. So when we print now, we have here 22, which is the second variable, and we have 10, it would be 32. Refresh, click, 32. Great. Okay, so imagine I have printed a variable that I haven't assigned anything for. For example, imagine I have deleted these things, okay, and I need to print the C2 variable, which has C1, which has no value. Okay, so it's empty now. What will be printed? Will printed undefined. Click undefined. So undefined means that the variable has no value or has not assigned to any value. Great. This is about the variables. Let's go to the next, which is about the operators. How many operators do we have? We have many operators, maybe 5 or more. What are these operators mean and how we could control them? The operators is like the plus, the minus, the multiplication, the divide. Okay, so let's go here and see. For example, I see C1 equal C2. Let's see. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. Okay, var1. Let's see sum. This is var1. Okay, and that's var1 equal. Let's say 10. Great, and this equal 2. Okay, let's delete one. Let's see sum equal C1. Let's do it like, okay, sum equal C1 plus C2. Great. Okay, plus that thing. Let's see new line. Okay, so I could do it here too. You will see what I'm gonna do. I need to write it in new lines. So here we have, for example, I will see what I'll see ln means new line, to create new line, and here I write multi equal, and I will see C1 multiplication with C2. Great, plus, and I will explain now if you don't know what I'm doing now. So I will create the previous one 2 times, and I will write here divide, and I will replace it with divide, and here I will say minus and sub, and we will say it's minus. Okay, so let's do the last one and see what we have here. Let's refresh, click, and see what we have. Oh my gosh, there's some error. What is it about? You see that there is error. What type of error he means? Non-defined. Maybe because we haven't written parentheses or what. Let's delete the rest. Save it. Refresh. Click. Okay, 12. Maybe because we haven't written the parentheses. I will try to write the rest. He means, now what he means you need to calculate and manipulate and multiplicate, divide values. Where is it with a string? So number with string, you could not divide 2, for example, with a string. You couldn't. So it's work now. So when you sum, it will work 12. So these are the operations. The operations is plus, multiplication, divide, minus, and we have something which is the which is the percentage. They call it what? The module. It means the rest of the dividing. Save it and see how is it the result. Click. It will be here. Minus 0. I will explain them now. What I have did, I created a string here. Okay, printed. Then I combine it with plus, with that string, with sum. Then I combined that string with the code will come after. Okay, so with plus. Then between these parentheses we have summation, which is C1 plus C2. Then we have plus here, which will combine that code with the rest code. Here we have, this is a string. Okay, inside the string there is a backslash n. Backslash n means new line, but it doesn't work here. It should work. Is it like that? No, it doesn't work. If I delete it, it will be perfect. So don't be confusing now. I will show it to you later. So refresh, click that. It's the same. So it doesn't work now. I will tell you later why. So, and then we have, I think all of them are clear. So you have plus means combine the string, with this string here, and this plus combines this string with the rest of the code, and so on. We have the last one, which is, I think, is not so clear for you if you haven't programmed with other language, but if you have programmed with another language, it would be clear for you. So this sign means he will divide the first variable, which is 10, with the next variable, which is 2. Okay, so 10, when we divide it with 2, what's the result? The result is 5. How many elements still we have? And I mean, 10 divided to 2, it will be 5, and the result will be, I mean, the rest of divide will be 0. But here, if we have, for example, 7 divided to 2, it will be 3, and we have 1 have not divided, so the result will be 1. But in our case, 10 divided by 2, it will be 5, and the rest is 0. So here we have 0, because the rest of the calculation is 0. Great. So we have here some some operations that we all know it. Also the assignment. The assignment is one type of the operations. For example, imagine I have here variable c3 or c result equal. Okay, so we have c1 plus c2 semicolon. So this is the assign. The assign is one of the operators, I mean. So we will do these things, then we will assign them to the result. Also, we have some important point. Imagine I have here a calculation. Okay, so I have, for example, 20 plus 2 multiplication with 3 and divide it with 3. Okay, so how is it gonna be? And also, let's say this thing, I mean, plus the parenthesis 2 plus 2. How is it gonna be? He's gonna be like the following. He will do the parenthesis. The high priority is for parenthesis. Then he will go to the multiplication and dividing. They are in the same level. The multiplication and dividing in the same level. So we go from left. So then he will go to the summation. Great. So he will start from here. 2 plus 2, it's 4. And then he will go here. 2 multiplication with 3, it will be 6. 6 divided with 3, it will be 2. Okay. Then 2 plus 20, it would be 22. Plus 4, it will be we see what, 22. Yes, 22, and 4, 26. Great. Let's see print result and semicolon and see what's the result. Will it be 26 or not? Yes, it's 26. Great. So here's how the order, they start with parentheses, then they go to the dividing and multiplication. They start from left to right, then the summation and summation. Great. So this is how to do that. Also, imagine I have here the value is 1 for the result. Okay, I need to be to be incremented or decremented. To increment it, you could say here plus plus. Plus plus means it would be incremented. So save it. It's now it's now 1. Okay, if I print it, it should print 1, but it will print 2. Refresh and see how much it will print. 2. Why 2? Because we have here 1. Okay, and here we have incremented with 1. So this plus plus means increment with 1. To put it to decrement, you save it, means decrement with 1. It will be now 0. Why? Because we have here 1, and here we have incremented that element with 1. So 1 minus 1, it would be 0. Also, we have after. That one is pre-incremented, and here we have post-incremented. So post-incremented means it will increment that value after we do the result. For example, if I print this another time, okay, it will print it. For example, roll back. it will print 2. So in this statement it will print 1, but it's now changed to 2. We will learn this by code in the future. Now we have some tables that we should know them. Okay, let's see. The first table we have here means the operator. We have the logical operator. Okay, so logical operator, we have and, or, not. So if you need to say if, we will talk about the if. We have and means if and, if, for example, for quick, if 1 and 1, I'm sorry, if 1 equal 1 and 1 equal 1, do something. Okay, so and is true only if both are true. If this and that is true, it will be true, else it will be false. The second, which is or means what? If this or this are false, if this and this, if both are false, it will be false, else it will be true. It's the opposite of and. Great, we will know them later. Not means not, to revise, to invert the result. For example, I'll say 1, okay, or imagine it's not 1, it's true, okay. I will say now it's not true. Now it means not true. Okay, so without it, it's true now. If I write that exclamation, it will be not true. Great. Okay, this is about the first table. The next table is about the operator, which is the normal operators. We have talked about them, except this one. This one means the power. If you have learned, for example, if I write in here this thing, I'm sorry, here, let's say it will be 2, okay, until I will say 2 stars. I'm sorry, what's the problem? Maybe it's previous here. No, I think we write it star, then number, star, then 2. No, star 2, or 2 star 2 star. I think it's not like that. I think it's, you write it like result equal C2 star. I think we have learned like that, or the previous star. No, I'll show you. You could do it like the following. You could see, if you need the power, you could see result multiplied with the same value, but we have it here to do it. For example, star. Okay, I will search about it and give it back to you, don't worry. So this was about the operators. All of them are clear, except this. I will take a little search and show you how is it work. Okay, the next table is the equal and the assignment. Okay, so this one is equal to. So when we say 1 equal to, as we have learned here, if true, if C1 equal C2, means if the first variable equal to the second variable, do something. But if it is 1, it will be if if this is true, this is true. So if this, for example, assigned is 1, it will be true. If this is assigned, the second one is assigned to null or 0, it will be false. So it's a logical operator. It talks about the logical. The second one, which is 3, means equal value and equal type. So the equal, the first one, is equal only type, equal value. So it's 5, and the 5, it will be okay, even if it's a string. But here, they should be both equality in the value and the type. The second is not equal. We add the not to the equal, and it will be not equal. This not equal in type and value. This is greater than, this less than, and this greater or equal, minus or equal, ternary operator. They are easy, I think. The last one, which is the some operators but with another mode. For example, let's say, how is it gonna be? For example, I need to delete this one. I need to say result equal result plus 2. How could I do it? This is one way. The other way is to write result equal result equal plus 2. Okay, but we should see, for example, here another variable, and okay, so yes, it's like that. I don't know what's the problem with that browser. So we have here result equal result plus 2. Here we have result 1, which is new variable, plus, what's the problem? Plus equal, minus equal, multiplication equal. I'm sorry. You know what's the problem? The problem that the result 1 has no value. So I will say result 1 equal 2, and here I will say result 1 plus 2. So it will be 2 and 2 will be 4. Or, I'm sorry, plus equal 2. Great. So you could say result 1, which is this variable, which has two variable, the number is 2, and result 1 equal plus equal 2. Or you could say star equal 2. So means it will take the number of the that variable, which is 2 here, and will multiplicate that value, which is 2, with that value 2. So it will be 2 multiplied with 2, it will be 4. Great. So this is about how to create it, the assignment and the calculation with other mode. It's the same as you say result 1 multiplication with 2. So do it like that, or do it like the other one, which is somewhat faster. Faster in writing, but in manipulating is the same. So I think this was the lesson for this session, and thanks for watching and listening. See you in the next, and bye.